I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Picture a butterfly landing somewhere near you. Imagine it as a messenger, a sign that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Feel its delicate wings, the gentle way it moves, and let yourself be present with it. I want to share something incredible that's been happening in my life and in the life of someone very dear to me over the past few weeks. It started with butterflies, not just in the park or along a path where I walk, but everywhere. They seem to follow, appearing in unexpected places, outside my window, even in the moments when I wasn't looking for them. Take a moment and think about a time in your life when something small, a song, a fleeting moment, a sight, sparked a feeling of possibility inside of you. That feeling, that gentle spark, it is exactly what happened to me. That first yellow butterfly I saw reminded me of a song from Reading Rainbow. Butterflies in the sky, I can fly twice as high. This story is about Alexis. She had spent years moving carefully through life, observing questions, sometimes doubting herself, and often putting everyone else first. And then, in the midst of ordinary days, extraordinary signs began to appear. The butterflies weren't just creatures of nature. They were mirrors of her journey, reflections of readiness, courage, and hope. As you listen to this story, keep that butterfly in your mind. Let it remind you that the small, quiet signs in your life, moments that might seem insignificant, can carry the guidance you've been waiting for. Today's story is titled Rising with Butterflies, My Journey to Freedom and Self-Love. I have been noticing something unusual for the past couple of weeks. Butterflies. Not just in the park or on flowers, but everywhere. Fluttering along the edges of my vision, hovering near windows, following me gently as if they were messengers. One morning while walking Tank, I saw a yellow butterfly, delicate and golden, dancing along the edge of the path. My chest lifted as a familiar melody floated up. Butterflies in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Reading Rainbow. The song replayed in my mind like a message threaded through time. For some reason, it stirred something deep inside of me, a reminder of freedom, possibility, and joy I had tucked away for far too long. Over the next 3 days, a new message began to repeat in subtle ways, in my dreams, in quiet moments, and sometimes when I was simply pausing to breathe. You are amazing. I am amazing. At first, it felt strange, almost bold. I had spent so much of my life prioritizing others, bending to expectations, and holding myself to standards that weren't mine. I had forgiven those who had hurt me, yes, but I had rarely stopped to acknowledge my own courage, my own resilience. This affirmation arrived exactly when I needed it, like the universe handing me a mirror and saying, "Do you see yourself as I see you? You are worthy. You are enough." And then came last night's dream. The accumulation of all these nudges, I saw myself emerging from a cocoon. Fragile yet determined, repeating, "I did it. I did it." Flashes of my life passed before me, moments when butterflies had appeared at key times, moments when I had refused help, moments when I had stayed small out of fear or habit. Seeing it all in the dream allowed me to step back and recognize the growth I had quietly achieved. Every choice, every misstep, every delay, it had been leading me to this point of readiness. The dream went further, guiding me to release what I had carried too long. While I had forgiven others, I hadn't fully released the weight of their impact or my own self-judgment. I pictured my cousin as a baby, soft and innocent, and visualized the energy of resentment or old expectations flowing out of my body, down through my feet and into the earth. I forgave myself for holding onto it, for letting it linger, for putting everyone else ahead of me. I felt the energy shift immediately, lightening me, loosening the invisible chains I had recognized or realized were still attached. When I woke, Tank curled at my feet, I noticed a yellow butterfly outside my window. It paused, wings quivering, as if it was to say, "Yes, this is your moment." I smiled, realizing that all of these threads, the butterflies, the songs, the affirmations, the dreams, the release, were not separate events, but a continuous lesson in self-recognition, trust, and courage. Throughout the day, the butterflies continued to appear. Some hovered near flowers in the garden. Some darted along the window panes. Every encounter carrying a quiet, persistent message. Notice, appreciate, choose yourself. Each flutter reminded me that transformation is not a single moment. It's a series of small, intentional acts of awareness, forgiveness, and self-love. And now I know it. I'm free and I'm capable. I'm amazing. And I rise not just for myself, but as a living example of what is possible when we recognize the signs the universe offers, when we release what no longer serves us, and when we choose to honor our own journey with compassion and courage. As a moment of reflection, I'd like to ask that you take a moment now to think of someone you've forgiven, but perhaps haven't fully released. As you bring them to mind, pay attention to your body. Notice if any tension, lingering feelings, or emotions arise, anything beyond a neutral sense of calm. If so, it may be a sign that your body is still holding on to something or someone you thought you had already released. In reality, though, you hadn't fully let go. Now visualize that energy slowly leaving your body, flowing down through your feet and returning to the earth. As you do, allow yourself to offer forgiveness to yourself as well, gently, completely, and without judgment. When I woke this morning, Tank at my side, a yellow butterfly paused outside my window, wings quivering, as if to whisper, "Yes, this is your moment." That butterfly, the song, the affirmations, the dream, they weren't separate events. They were all part of the same message. The message of, I'm capable, I am amazing, I did it, I can rise. Throughout the day, butterflies appeared again and again, each one a gentle nudge, notice, appreciate, choose yourself. Transformation doesn't happen in a single moment. It is a series of small intentional acts of awareness, forgiveness, and self-love that gradually lift you higher. So today, I rise. I rise not just for myself, but for anyone watching this, to show you that when you notice the signs, when you release what no longer serves you, and when you choose yourself, freedom and growth are always possible.